There it is. Say hello, everyone. So I'm on here a little bit later tonight, but I have the special guest star performance of Weston tonight, right, Bud? And he's excited to be here at Grandma's house, and so he might just pop in, say hi, and then go watch his movie, because it's kind of at the exciting part on Sleeping Beauty, right? Say hi, Lisa. Hi, Marie. He's so shy, but he's really excited about the card that I'm making tonight. So, Weston, do you remember what's going to be on the card tonight? Otters? It's going to be otters. All right. So I have the cute little awesome otters here, not to compete with a cute little grandson here. Choop, choop, choop. Okay, so I am on card number 3 for Kim's, my hostess Kim's virtual stamp party. And as promised, I thought that I would show you guys something from Celebration. And so it is time to pull out the otters. And a lot of you have really liked the Simply Marbelous Designer Series paper. So I wanted to get that out too. So hi Lois, hi Lisa. There's lots of you that just jumped on all of a sudden too. So I'm just going to see if my iPad's working here. And Weston's probably going to say bye. You can go watch your movie if you want to. All right, and let me get my camera turned around. Yes. Okay, here we go. So now I can show you the... Oh, okay, just sit here. There is one little scary part that he's not a fan of. So if he sits here a minute, then it's over with, and then it gets to the really fun part. Okay, so here we go. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Lois. We've got the awesome otters, and I'm even pulling in little chunks of sea glass too, and I'll tell you more about that when I add it to the actual card. So here's my awesome otter floating there, and it's going to be a little bit of a window card here in a fun way. So I want to show you how I'm going to piece that together too. So for those of you that have gotten the Celebration brochure, Stampin' Up! The last couple times has packaged this in with the mini catalog, and they come together, and so it's kind of nice because then you get it all at once, and I feel like it's a safe and secure way to have it mailed and such. So yeah, I do have a cute little helper tonight, Dawn. He's so precious. And hi, Shelly. So on pages 10 and 11 are where I'm getting my products. So here's the Marbelous paper, nice and marble looking, and then the free awesome otters. So if you spend $50, you can get this nice stack of paper. If you get to $50 again, or want to choose, then you can get the awesome otters stamp set for free too. And we all know people love the cute little animals, or anytime there's critters, it becomes a fast favorite. So honestly, these two have been my top picks. It's only day 2 of Celebration, but they have been the top picks that my people have been getting when ordering, I'm noticing. So that's kind of fun that way too. Let's see, I'm just gonna see there, bringing you guys up on my iPad so I can see questions as I transition to making the card. Okay, so here's the stamp set. It does have a birthday sentiment, and I like that it has "You are utterly awesome," so that's just kind of fun for any occasion too. And then the paper, it kind of shows you the fun side here. And then it kind of has more of a different marble look. To me, this is more of a swirl, and this is more of a marbled look. And then we've got that in kind of pinks and blues and yellows, which is always pretty, and purples, which I know you guys like, and then Pool Party and gray. And I think the gray is really fun too with that. It almost reminds me, it's kind of too gray, but if it's in brown, it almost looked like a specialty coffee, like a swirl of a latte. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I probably even have that wrong, but just really fun paper in a big 6x6 stack, 48 sheets in here all together. All right, so let me set that aside and start putting the card together, because that's what you guys like to see is the card. So my color combination today is that marbled paper, some basic white, a little bit of crumb cake, and then Misty Moonlight. So I'm not going to fold this in half yet. The card's going to open this way, as you can see tonight, but I'm leaving it open so that we can cut that little window and get that popped out of there right away. The die that I want to start with is from the Basic Borders die from the annual catalog. So this has kind of just a neat little, it's almost like that pinking sheer type of border, but then if you remember, there's all sorts of other borders in here too, kind of like nice clouds and just different things in there too. Oh, fun. And then that's fun that Pam and Deb are watching together, sister and sister-in-law. How fun. And then let's see, this is, I'm going to show you this one too right away. Here we go. This is the one that's going to create the window, and that's from Painted Labels dies. So for those of you that got the Poppy bundle, boy, maybe it put it this way, I did a lot of parties using the Poppy bundle in home, so it was before COVID. If this looks familiar with the peaceful moments and the poppies, that is where this fun thing is coming from. There's also this one, but I thought this was just a little too small and narrow for the window that I wanted to have pop out for that. So I'm going to use these two from those two sets of dies. And let's see here. Here we go. So I cut the 6x6. I just cut this down so it's 5.5 this way, and then I'm cutting a 2-inch strip so you can get 3 of these in each sheet of the 6x6. So I'm just going to lay that here on my cutting pad, and then get it close to the top here, and hopefully it won't move. There we go. And I'll put this down, and that's going to create the border. And I want it to be nice and even because that will be pleasing for both the inside and the outside of the card. So it not only does that like pinking sheer look, it also stitches it on both the top and the bottom, which is really fun. So we're going to end up using both of those. And now for this, I'm going to bring this cutting pad back, and this is going to be the front side of our card. So I'm just going to set this back down where this is going to go here, and just not adhere it down or anything, just kind of eyeball. And I want this frame to just kind of set just barely in there. So I'm just eyeing this all. And for some of you, this might drive you crazy because you're going to want specifics as far as, you know, from each side and have it perfect and such. And then I lift this off, and then I just leave that set. And this is going to become our little window for the card, like so. Maybe it's being a mom of boys or something, but a lot of things we just fly by the seat of our pants around here. And so now we've got the fun window popped out for the card, and I can set my die down. And this I'm just going to set aside for a different day. I love that color, Misty Moonlight, so I'm sure this is going to become something else on a card a different day. Hi there, Sarah. Hi, Tori. Good to have you guys on here. So I'm done with the cut and emboss machine, and now I've already scored this, so I can just go where that crease is, take out my bone folder, give it a nice run over with that, burnish that, so I have a really nice fold on there. And then what will help is now putting the inside of the card in next, and that's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, Tori, you're in Mississippi already. Good for you. I knew you were hitting the road. I have my little guy back, and he's talking. I was wondering how this would go. It's pretty good. So, and off he goes again. Yeah, I'll help you in a little bit. Yep. So I'm going to get out my Memento black ink next, and then the cute little otter that's going for a swim here. So for those of you that love the critters, they're in action in this stamp set. It makes it really fun. Hey there, Cheryl. So now I'm going to close this and make sure that that doesn't move in there and get crooked on us while I do this. And I'm just going to put the otter kind of in the middle here. and just stamp him up in black ink. And then we can take this out and work with this. So this is going to kind of be the focal point for both the inside and the outside. And I want to get out my blends for the otter. And before I forget, because sometimes I'll forget his cute little nose, I just want to highlight that with a little bit of petal pink. And because it's got black hash marks on there, sometimes it just kind of looks like a light brown because of the petal pink color. And then next I'm going to pull out my crumb cake, so light and dark. I'm going to start with a light and just kind of go over the inside body of our cute little otter. Not a lot of shading here. I'm just going to kind of use both of these colors full on, as far as light in the middle and then dark for the outside. Actually, I'm going to fill in that ear there and just part of that ear there. And then I can switch over to the dark crumb cake and just kind of follow along there into the ear. I want to miss the eyes because we want them to stay white and bright. If we leave them wide open, then they'll look bright. And just kind of go around there. So for those of you that like to see blending techniques, there's not really a lot of technique to tonight for the coloring, but I love how the blends just color so smooth. And so we've got this going so far. Hey there, Jennifer. And so, like I said, just light and dark. And now I'm going to switch over to my Balmy Blue light and dark blends. And those are the colors that kind of blend in with this paper. I started with some Pool Party thinking that would be kind of nice and light, but it almost looked too light and almost too green, and I didn't like that at all. Whoops. I knew one was fizzling out on me. That's the fizzle one, so I put them in the wrong spot. Here we go. What a difference a nice new blends makes, guys. All right, I'm glad I didn't throw the wrong one in the garbage, because then I would have had to pause and try and dig through my paper and my garbage to find it. And I'm giving this kind of a wide berth because I want to make sure that it fills in all the way down into that little window that we have there. And this will get lighter too as it dries. So this is just the light Balmy Blue. And then I'm going to go over pieces and parts of it here with the dark Balmy Blue. So I'm going to color in and kind of highlight the water bubbles here that are kind of splashing up, and then go over the waves that the Stampin' Up! Artist has kind of highlighted here. And that's going to create some action and activity in the water here too, as I do that, like so. And I just kind of like to add a little bit kind of going out that isn't even part of the black. And at first, if you do something like that, you might go, oh my goodness, Belle, like this is just hash marks. But what happens is it does dry and gets lighter too. And so as it fades out, then it just kind of looks like a little bit more wave action, which is okay. So not a lot of coloring to that. And then I put it back in here to make sure that there's no white spots along the edges. And actually, my paper is squared up here, I think. I just want to make sure, but it looks like it's tipped, and that's because my blends don't have enough blue going up here. So I just need to recenter that, do that, and now he looks like he's back on the horizon. We don't want it to look like he's on a sinking ship in the middle of the ocean, right? So fun thing about otters is, you guys, we have seen some. If you know where I live or have been to my house for different stamping events, I live right next to a ravine and a creek. And a couple times my husband and son have seen otters crossing the road in the ravine across, coming out of the creek. And it kind of takes them by surprise because they're kind of big, kind of flat, kind of furry looking, and you don't expect to see them. And my college son just last week or the week before said, oh my goodness, you guys, I saw the strangest wild animal trying to like kind of go across the road. And he described the otter perfectly. So that's my little segue tonight. So I'm taking this out right now and putting some adhesive along the edges here. And then I'm just going to put that across the front. So this is cut, like I said, 5.5, so it's going to fit across the entire card front. And I cut it by 2. And just that little bit comes off. So it was originally 2 inches. And then I just have this little bit of a strip that came off there. So now we have the fun little swirl that makes it kind of look like waves. And you have to make sure that you don't put adhesive too close to the top in the middle there. So that makes it that it doesn't stick to the card. And then I'm ready to put this down in the inside because I know I've got all my coloring where it should be too. So that's just kind of, a little bit of lining up, adjusting, lining up, and then making sure that it's all full of blue. And then this little thing too, oh, actually, shoot. I was going to put this on before. Actually, I'll just take my trimmer. I wanted to put this strip on here before I taped it down because this is 5 1/4 in the inside, even though the outside is 5.5. So I just need to, there we go, cut that down that little 1/4 inch, otherwise it's going to stick off to the side. And this I'm just going to put on with a few glue dots, and it just is a fun way to carry over the front of the theme of the card for Kim's card today into the inside of the card with the color and that fun wave look. So this is just going to go like that. All right, fun way to use up little scraps. And like I said, if you even want to do more coloring to get that to connect, you can too. But I just thought it was a fun way to tie those two things together. Oops, there's my little 1/4 inch scrap. And then I want to add some, a little bit of like embellishment too, besides the greeting. And I'm going to get out my Wink of Stella here and just kind of go over the water with my Wink of Stella. Just give it kind of a little bit of a squeeze and pretty generous going over it. And I even want to get my otter to have some Wink of Stella on my otter too, because otters are wet. And so if it looks a little shiny, it's going to make him almost look a little wet. And next, what I want to add are the fun little sea glass embellishments. When we were in Alaska, we saw these little critters floating, and there'd be ice chunks around them too, because it's so cold. So the faux sea glass shapes are perfect for that. So a few different colors in here. And I thought going with the white would be the best just because it coordinated easy with it. And I'm just going to put like one of those over here and then grab a couple more of the chunks. Oh, it didn't stick. Thought it was stuck to my Take Your Pick tool. A couple more of these chunks here with my Take Your Pick tool and slide that on over. And then it kind of looks like when I was in Alaska, and it has the little ice chunks in there too for a fun little extra addition to the front of the card. And now for a sentiment that's going to go over here, I have from the stamp set the You Are Utterly Awesome, which is a fun thing to add to the card. So I'm just going to ink that up in that same black ink pad here, stamp it out. And the perfect way to mat this is with that double oval punch from the annual catalog. So I can just fit this right in to that bottom oval there, facing it towards me so I know that it's centered. And then I can take that out. And then I'm going to put some crumb cake in for the other oval, the matted oval. And the reason I chose crumb cake for this, I don't have it adhered yet, is I thought that would tie in with the otter and kind of make both this pop a little bit and that, so it wasn't the only brown thing on the card. And then I did take a little piece of the Misty Moonlight earlier because I thought, well, maybe I should just stick with more monochromatic. And that's not bad either to put that on like so. And some of you might go, you know what, I actually like that better because it just ties everything together. So there's no right or wrong there, but I just thought adding the crumb cake was just a little bit more pop of color to have it stand out a little bit more too. So I have that, and then I'm just going to grab a couple dimensionals here for the back side. The movie must be getting better because Weston hasn't come back. And, oh, nope, here he comes. Oh, shoot, you guys, I put it on the wrong. After I said I was going to put it on the brown, then I put it on. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick it back on the blue, and then you can tell me if you like the blue better or the sample with the brown better. I always like to hear what you guys say. So the You Are Utterly Awesome is stamped in black in both of the samples, but it's matted in Misty Moonlight to match the card, or the Crumb Cake to match the Otters. So this is Kim's card number 3, and that is it for her card demos. Weston, do you want to say hi again? Oh. Whoops. How did I get that going? There we go. You guys saw my paper collection. Here we go. Weston, want to say goodbye? Nope. I think somebody is tired. So how you can get the 3 cards that I've made for Kim's virtual demo is place a minimum $25 order using her host code. She'll keep her party open for a while. And then the 3 cards that I've made this week are what you'll get for a thank you from both Kim and I for ordering from her party. Tomorrow is doctor appointment day with my son, so we'll be gone for most of the day. So I'm going to take the day off from doing the virtual demo. And then after that, then I'll start in with Sarah, who's already let me know she likes the brown on the card too. And Connie says, hi, Weston. So I will be back then on Friday with Sarah's demo of card number 1, and then I'll continue for Monday and Tuesday with Sarah's card number 2 and 3. So if you have any questions on any of the new products with the celebration starting or the mini catalog, please let me know. But otherwise, I'll catch you Friday. Have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.